Namaste, my friends, and welcome back to the Pi podcast. What sort of questions are going to come up?
You'll be having variety and range of questions.
Okay, well, what are the key ideas of that? People that can speak multiple languages, and I aspire to be one of those people one day. Am I right, really shiny? We like to steal things. Well, sorry, I like to steal words. Sorry, yeah. We have words from all over. We have words from all over the world. Don't worry. Namaste, my friends, and welcome back to the Pi podcast. Once again, I am joined by Rishi and Oshin. Thank you again for joining us. And today we're going to talk about the top techniques for mastering the reading section in the IELTS test. Let's get straight into it. We have about 15 different tips for you. And Rishi, kick us off. What's the first one?
Understanding the types of questions to be expected.
Absolutely important for any exam to know what questions are going to come up. What sort of questions are going to come up?
You'll be having variety and range of questions that may differ from multiple choice questions or short answer questions, 2-word answers, or not more than 3-word answer, true, false, not given, yes, no, not given. There's a slight change in these two questions. You may write the either way around, true, false, not given, or yes, not given, or no. In a capital word or small letter, if you complete with that, then you must follow the same sequence with that.
Okay, so you need to make sure you have the consistency down in how you answer it as well. And it's more important not just to know what questions are going to come up, but to have frequent practice on how to find them. What's your top tip for multiple choice, for example?
Multiple choice, eliminate the odd one out, and then you'll be having 3 answers very identical in nature. Choose the one very close to the question because it's going to be asking you in a passive way, you source the alternative answer.
Absolutely. Yeah, deduction is it's a very important intelligence technique. And as Oshin, you've mentioned in previous podcasts, look out for the distractors, right? Fantastic. Okay, moving on to number 2 then, Oshin.
Skimming and scanning.
Skimming and scanning, yeah, the two main types of reading. Can you elaborate what is meant by skimming and scanning?
Okay, so basically the student has to read a good number of words in order to answer 40 questions in 60 minutes, right? So on an average, 10,000 to 12,000 words in total from 3 passages have to be read. And obviously the student does not have a lot of time, which is why it is important to have a quick look into the paragraphs and be able to gauge the actual crux of the paragraph. So skimming is when we're actually skipping the entire thing and we're just focusing on the keywords, yes, I would say, for that matter. And scanning is when, again, as I mentioned, having a quick look at the paragraph hurriedly so that you are able to understand what the paragraph is actually talking about. Mm-hmm. So this can also be combined with another technique called annotation, where we suggest the students to highlight any important words given in the question. So for example, for my reading comprehension passage, as a student, I'm only going to expect questions based on numbers, names, and relevant observations, right? So for that matter, instead of underlining everything, if the student, let's say, highlights the numbers in a circle maybe, and square bracketing for the names and underlining the important information. So there, skimming and scanning actually, when these things are paired up, it actually helps the students locate the answers basically. Absolutely,
yeah. So you're making annotations as you skim at the start, and then you add to your annotations when you're doing the scamming. So the first time you read it, you've got about an extra 20 minutes and then a minute for each question. Yes. When you're reading it, you're sort of skimming but sort of reading properly. Yes. But yeah, you're not supposed to expect to fully understand the passage and know everything at the time. As you're reading, just always know that you're going to come back to that again when you answer the question. So it'll be ludicrous to expect yourself to just answer it from memory. Yeah. So when you come back to it, that's when you're scanning. You're looking out for particular words, looking out for synonyms, and I'll give you the best advantage. And yeah, and you'd be absolutely crazy not to annotate, wouldn't you?